Hey everyone, welcome to my November plan with me. This month I wanted to go with an easy yet aesthetic theme that really represented autumn. Here you see me trying out my color scheme in a coloring book to see what the colors would look like together. I used the colors of the Ecoline brush pens in 717, 508, and 231 for the orange. And I also used an STA Aquarelle brush double tone in the color 4143, but I only used the light brown of this pen. Before I picked my colors, I did a little swatch. I tried two different blues, but I decided to go with the top one because I like that one better. To give myself some direction with the title page, I more or less drew out where I wanted the blob-like shapes that make up my theme. I did this with pencil and then rubbed it out before going over it with the pen so that you can see the pen mark afterwards. I didn't assign the colors to the blobs yet, just kind of went with what felt right on the page. But of course I did try to make it as equal as possible. You can see some of the colors overlap a little bit, and some of them I left an opening so that I could later fill in the other color. It just depended on whether they would blend well together. For the lettering, I used a Tombow hard tip brush pen, and I tried to make the font a little bit bouncy. Next up, I'm making my calendar spread. First I'm coloring in the random blobs again, just in different colors, really random. But I think it turned out great. I also made these two orange, kind of more regular blobs that I will use as headers for two lists. With the same Tombow brush pen, I added some accents and the lines of the calendar. I didn't use a ruler for this because I like the organic look of the slightly wobbly lines more than when it's completely straight. And I think it also goes with the randomness of the blobs. I usually never do this, but for November I decided to add little colored circles for the numbers of the days to go in. And since November starts on a Sunday and ends on a Monday, I thought it wasn't worth adding 2 whole rows for these 2 days. So instead I used a diagonal line to split 2 of the boxes. The 2 lists I have underneath the calendar are for goals and major tasks that I have that last the whole month. Next to the calendar spread, I always like to make a budget tracker so I can see what I'm spending and add it up at the end of the month. It's divided into 4 simple columns consisting of the date, a description, and whether the money went out or in. I did find the hard-tip brush pen a bit uneasy to use when the letters were quite big. I think it's more suited for smaller letters rather than big titles. Lastly, I'm making my first weekly spread for the month. I prefer to keep weeks together more so than months, so I just start this on Monday the 2nd. Each day has its own colourful blob and a blank section underneath for me to write my tasks. Additionally, I have a note section on the bottom of the right page where I also put my habit tracker. I like keeping track of habits weekly because they often change from week to week. top right corner, I wrote a little poem that I found on Pinterest. I couldn't find the author, but it reads, "Today I'd like to sit and sip, forget about the world a little bit, ignore the things I have to do, and just enjoy a cup or two." I thought it was very cute and definitely the right atmosphere. On the left page I also added a little quote with my brush pen saying "an autumn breeze and sunburnt leaves." The numbers of the days I wrote with a white 0.8 Pentel pen on top of simple black circles. And that concludes my simple November 7th. A colorful title page, a monthly calendar and a budget tracker, with room for goals and major tasks. And finally, my weekly spread. I hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see more in the future, and have a happy autumn everyone!